my name is Kathleen Vanessa, and I am running for my third term as library trustee. I have to say that I have loved every minute of the last 6 years being a library trustee. But a lot of people ask me, what does a library trustee do? First of all, it's not a paid position. The board consists of 6 other people who, along with the director of library, meet the first Tuesday of every month at 7:15. Usually we meet at the library. The meetings, of course, are posted and are public, so all are welcome to attend. Some of the duties of the Board of Library Trustees are the responsibility and overseeing for all monies appropriated by the town for the library usage, and all monies or property received by the town by gift or bequest for library usage. The Board of Library Trustees also establishes written policies governing library activities and services, including a policy for the selection of library materials and the use of library materials and facilities, which is in accord with the current standards of the American Library Association. Why do I want to be a library trustee? The library holds a special place in my heart and life. When I was able to venture out on my own, I'd walk to the library via the railroad tracks behind my house. At that time, the library was the Frederick C. Adams Public Library, situated in front of the Reed Community Building. I stayed there for hours perusing the shelves looking for books to take home. The problem was I could only take a few books home because I had to carry them back home. 3 years ago, the Adams Center Trustee Board was established, and the founders of the board asked for a library trustee representative to become a member of that board. Because I have a deep connection and love for the Frederick C. Adams building, I volunteered to be that representative. As you may or may not know, the Adams Center has been renovated and designated to be the cultural center for the town of Kingston. The Adams Center Board of Trustees' mission is to create within this beautiful building a diversified cultural center for the residents of Kingston to enjoy. It has been an arduous process to establish this task and has involved a lot of hard work on behalf of the Adams Center trustees to get the ball rolling in this regard. But it has been a very rewarding experience for me as a library trustee. One of my main focuses is to stay the liaison for the Adams Center so that I can be involved in growing a premier cultural center focused at the old Frederick C. Adams Library. So, I am humbly asking you to vote for me, Kathleen Vanessa, to help me continue this very important purpose. On April 29, 2017, please put a check mark next to my name, Kathleen Vanessa, for Library Trustee. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Matthew Donahue, and I am running for a seat on the Board of Trustees at the Kingston Public Library. I have been a proud resident of Kingston for all of my 18 years. I will be graduating from Silver Lake later this spring and will begin attending the University of Massachusetts Boston this fall. My family and I are frequent users of the Kingston Public Library and very much respect and appreciate all of the hard work done by its staff. A public library is an integral part of any community. Libraries bring the same opportunities and access to information to all who visit them at no charge. They serve people from all walks of life and allow them to stay abreast of what is going on in the town, in the state, and around the world. The Kingston Public Library has, for me, always been a place of discovery and wonder, where I could always find whatever I sought and learn whatever I wanted to know. From when I attended story time with Mrs. Enriquez as a toddler, to when I was searching for sources for my research papers as a senior in high school, the library has always been a source of intellectual and even emotional support. Now that I am older and have the chance to give back to this place and its people who have done so much for me, I would like the opportunity to do just that. This is certainly an exciting time for the Kingston Public Library, a time of growth and change. With consideration underway for a new building project, now is a better time than ever to bring in and develop new programs, cultural offerings, and opportunities for fundraising. I have visited many other libraries in the Old Colony Library Network and have seen firsthand some of the programs these libraries offer. I believe many of these programs would be of interest to Kingston residents and could expand the appeal of the library to new users both young and old. Younger users could enjoy events like author talks geared toward their age groups, holiday and seasonal themes and events, and people of all ages could enjoy events like a community spelling bee. Fundraising opportunities like car washes or bake sales could help defray any library expenses. I would love the opportunity to be a part of this board and help the Kingston Public Library to become not just a bigger building, but a bigger part of the fabric of this town. Thank you for your consideration, and I hope to earn your vote on April 29th.
My name is Vanessa Verkade. I'm running for re-election for Library Trustee. My family has lived in Kingston since 1993, and we've raised 2 sons here. I have my master's degree in Library and Information Science from Simmons College in Boston. In 2001, my passion and background led me to run for Library Trustee after being appointed to fill a vacancy on the library board. I'm currently serving as chair. Over the years that I have served on the board, I'm most proud that through the recent recession, Kingston never lost its library certification through the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners. We continued to provide the town with top-notch library services and access to the Old Colony Library Network. In my time in Kingston, we've witnessed great changes in the town and also in public library use and services. In 1993, Kingston had only Plymouth and Brockton bus service to Boston. Since then, the train service started and the population has grown and the demographics have changed. I hope you know and use your public library. We have a great staff, and those who know the library know and love our staff. The library, well, public libraries everywhere are evolving. In 1993, it was the birth of the World Wide Web. Now the library is not just a warehouse for a collection of books, but a community space for recreation, learning, and exploration. To think about when young children learn to read and realize they can go anywhere and be anyone while reading. It's lovely to see parents and grandparents bring small children for story time or to pick out books and bring them home. Our library has computers and internet connections and printers for the public to use. We have librarians trained in research to help library users find the right information without wasting tons of time fishing on the internet. And in this time of information overload, we can all use some assistance to help evaluate information sources for accuracy and usefulness. Unfortunately, we face many challenges at our library. What Kingston has for a library is a 40-year-old telephone company building that was renovated into a library 23 years ago. Now that building needs some major maintenance and expansion to serve our community's library needs adequately. In 2012, the Selectmen appointed a Library Needs Assessment Committee, which I had the opportunity to serve on. Based on the final report of that committee outlining the library needs and approval from town meeting, we applied for and got a library planning and design grant from the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners to look at how we might plan a building that could meet what Kingston needs for library services. In August 2014, the Selectmen appointed a Library Building Study Committee to implement the grant, which I was fortunate enough to chair. That committee determined that the location of our current library is great, but there is little to be done with the structure on that site. Currently, we have an application in with the state for a matching grant to build a new library at 6 Green Street. When we learn whether we receive the grant, the next step will be a town meeting vote and a town ballot vote to go forward with the project. Whatever the outcome, we need to address the needs of our community in terms of adequate library services and adequate space to provide them. If elected, I will do my best to work with all concerned toward these goals. Again, my name is Vanessa Verkade, and I'm very committed to finding ways to keep our library, the Kingston Public Library, a source of pride for our community.